most shampoos and conditioner are not there for the care of your hair. They're full of parabens and all these other harmful chemicals, do you know what I mean, that are not good for your hair. So again, it was something that I was like, yeah, whatever. I used to be like, wash my hair with, I don't care, wash and go, or Head and Shoulders. Then you find out they're some of the worst brands to wash your hair with. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here just to talk about my personal hair growth and how I've got my hairline to come back, if you like. It's been something I've been playing around with myself, so I've just been learning along the way. I did do a post a couple of months ago on my progress so far. This is my first year doing it, so I started it in like May 2022, the 28th of May to be specific, I believe. It was around there where I took my first photo, and you can see that I was kind of receding there, you know, so, but honestly, I wasn't too bothered. I mean, it's just what it is. And it wasn't until I started seeing more and more like brands that were really promoting hair growth and growing it back again, and until I started to do my own sort of research. So the reason I'm doing this video is to show people my personal progress, what I do. Obviously, it's up to debate. It's just I've gone off the research and gone off trial and error, really. So, but yeah, so I got a lot of feedback on that post, and I got a lot of inboxes from people asking how I did it and stuff. So instead of just like replying to everyone, I thought I'd just do this video and make it really easier. So I just want to start off by saying the number one thing that you're probably going to have to take on board is this is now going to be like a daily practice. So just like brushing your teeth every day, this is now probably going to be a new self-care thing to add on to that, you know, because if you're not really willing to do that, then you may as well stop watching right now, to be honest. So you may as well go for a transplant. I haven't had any transplants at all. Everything that I've done is been through certain products, certain lifestyle changes. It was just something, like I say, well, I wasn't too bothered about it. I mean, it's just hair at the end of the day. But then I started to really go, you know what, I'll try, see what happens, these couple of products. So I did that, and I started to see like some progress, and I was like, oh my god, it's coming back, you know. So, and ever since then, now I'm kind of like on the opposite way. I kind of just now I do care, you know, because you see results, and it's a bit like, well, actually, maybe it does make a difference. But yeah, my progress so far is going really well. I'm really amazed about how my hairline's looking now. Personally, I feel like I got a long way to go. I wasn't involved in so much here, it was more just like receded. So, which, bearing in mind, it's much easier to come back here than it is here. Studies show that it's called male pattern baldness. That's the problem. So I want to start off with what the problem is and what actually causes it. Basically, without getting too scientific, I'm going to make it super simple. Men, males produce obviously a lot more testosterone, right? So what happens is testosterone is getting converted into something called DHT. So what happens is DHT actually shrinks hair follicles. That's the basis of the hair loss. That's it. You know, pretty much 9 out of 10 times that's what happens. Some other circumstances are different. Sometimes for some males and some individuals. That's the main thing you've got to cover, is to block the DHT internal and external. Me personally, I didn't go down any drug route at all, but some people may have to, unfortunately. I think I was quite lucky to capture mine when I did. It wasn't too far gone, but then again, if you look at the photo, it does look like it was pretty going back, you know. So the first thing to take into account is obviously this has now become a daily practice for you. It's going to be, you're going to have to schedule this in when you're going to brush your teeth, or when you have a shower, whatever it takes. We want to get our hair into a growth state. So the first thing we need to initially get in is an ingredient called minoxidil. Right, minoxidil is basically what you find in Rogaine, you know, Regain and all that sort of stuff, which has proven to give results for people with baldness here. The problem is with those ones is they're highly expensive for one, super expensive to get those, and it's actually a super low dose of minoxidil. So because it's in percentages, so the main percentage in Rogaine is like, or Regain, whichever one, is like 2%. So what the finding is though, you need to have one that's more like 5%, a much higher dose. Now you can get this in drops form, you can get this in foam. I recommend the drops if you're looking for that speedy process, because there's a difference in like how one has a repellent, the drops have a repellent, the foam does basically. So you want to be looking, it's not so much for a brand on this ingredient, right? Now, if you're in the UK, this is a bit different because obviously FDA rules are different compared to the USA, because I'm currently US, so they're a bit different. You have to get this prescribed, which is kind of mad. But in the US, you can get this from most stores now, and you can even get off Amazon. I'm not affiliated with any of the brands, by the way. You can sometimes get minoxidil really cheap or sometimes it's super expensive. So sometimes it takes a bit of research. I find the best ones on Amazon. When you're looking for it, you're looking for when you're looking in the ingredients, you're looking for minoxidil, 5%, and WV after it. Very important. The WV basically means with repellent. Now you'll find with the foam they don't have the WV, but it still be 5%, which is, if you prefer that, I've tried it, but I find it's not as good. This is much better, but one of the brands I'm using right now is this one. Super cheap. Hopefully you can see it. You'll notice on the back it says minoxidil 5% WV. So you apply that twice a day, wherever you need the hair growth back. So I normally do mine either in the morning and then one later at night. So what that's going to do is what minoxidil actually does is promote blood flow back to the area again. So in my circumstance, because the DHT has been blocked off, it promotes that blood flow again. Now, there's only one problem with minoxidil is obviously you need to keep using it. It's one of those. It's pretty safe. It's had some really great results from thousands of people, and it's approved by the FDA. It's really safe. So it is made to be long term. So this could be something you're going to be doing probably potentially forever, which is quite daunting for some people. But either way, that's the first thing we need to start doing. We start promoting the blood flow there again. But obviously that only tackles one side of it. Because obviously the next side of it is we need to block the DHT, the conversion from testosterone to DHT. Something I don't do, obviously, there's a drug for this called finasteride, I believe it's called finasteride. That is a drug that actually helps block DHT. Whereas me being me, I wanted to go for more sort of natural approach. One of the best ingredients I found with that, this is a supplement that I take as well. There's a couple of supplements I take. So number one is saw palmetto at anywhere between 300 to 500 milligrams. There still needs to be a lot more research done on this, because if you look it up, it would say that it's inconclusive, but I think it says like 60% of people who took this saw results in a study. So again, you can look all these ingredients up yourself. So that's what I take. I take a 500 milligram dose a day of that. So I take it after a meal or something, with the rest of my supplement regime. And what that does is that's supposed to naturally block DHT. I obviously take that. And then the other ingredient I take is something called biotin. I take quite a high dose of this, at 10,000 mcgs. I'm taking it at this level for so long, for maybe a couple of years, but then I'll drop back a bit. That's also like a DHT blocker, but it's all to do with cell regrowth, biotin is, so, and it helps obviously with other things as well, but the main thing is that it helps with rejuvenating hair and skin and nails, helps with all that sort of process. So that's another ingredient to take, that I take. Again, this is all what I do. I'm not saying this is the right thing, but I just wanted to share this out there with everyone else that then. So obviously that's one battle to block DHT internally, but also we need to block it externally as well. So the minoxidil will help with that, and finasteride definitely will if you're struggling, if you've got real bad hair loss, but hopefully you can, if you're at my stage, you can capture it really soon on. Shampoos and conditioner, that's the next thing to consider. There's two brands that I take. Again, I'm not affiliated with any brand, it's just the stuff that I take. Most shampoos and conditioner are not there for the care of your hair. They're full of parabens and all these other harmful chemicals, do you know what I mean, that are not good for your hair. So again, it was something that I was like, whatever. I used to be like, wash my hair with, I don't care, wash and go, or Head and Shoulders. Then you find out they're some of the worst brands to wash your hair with, because they just increase that hair loss. So there's two brands that I take, one is Hims, which I'll put here in the description, and the other one's called Keeps. Those two are really great brands for their shampoo and conditioner because they have saw palmetto and biotin in them. I like to go between the two because I like to, me being me, I like to have a variety of different shampoos and conditioner, just keep it mixed up. But them two brands are both fine. I really rate them a lot, because also you can still get your minoxidil from there. But again, if you're in the UK, you may have to get it prescribed, bearing in mind. But trust me, the benefits are really worth it. There's something to note about minoxidil, is that it also says it may not work for receding hairline, but it works more for here. But as you can see, it's working pretty well for me. But it just to note, it will say it's specifically made for the egg in the nest, the back of the head rather than the front. But I read that and I thought, okay, well, if it's going to grow there, then it should be fine here, right? So, and it's, like I say, it's been fine for me, but it is important to note it does say that. So try not to be too put off from that. But yeah, the shampoos and conditioners, like I say, they have the saw palmetto, they have the biotin, them two brands. Keeps's have a little bit more ingredients, I'd say, for more growth. They also have caffeine and also green tea, which really helps promote the growth. Again, because it's blocking the DHT externally as well as internally. That's the basis of getting your hair back. You need to block that DHT and put your hair back into a growth state. That's it. That's the basis of the whole thing. But honestly, that's pretty much about it. Other than that, I take extra zinc and magnesium, but that's something I've always done anyway. I've upped my dosage, so it's like 400 milligrams of magnesium and 30 milligrams of zinc. I take them before bed. That helps with everything else anyway, just for general health. especially because they help with maintenance of the body and growth factors as well. So another product I want to put out there is by Keeps, again, because a lot of people have asked me, you know, okay, another thing that contributes to hair loss is certain hair products, you know, like gels and like, you know, hair grooming stuff. Again, they're not there to make your hair healthy, they're there just to style it. But I did find a product that works amazingly if you still wanted to use like hair styling stuff but that has growth properties in it. So again, this is from Keeps. It's actually like a thickening pomade. What I like about this product in particular is that it's infused with saw palmetto and biotin, green tea and caffeine. So it's got the same ingredients as the shampoo and conditioner does. So this actually promotes hair growth and makes your hair look amazing at the same time. If you still want to style your hair, this is a great product for that. Again, I'm not even affiliated with these, this is what I use. Again, it's just, if I ever do style my hair, which is pretty rare nowadays, but when I do feel like styling it a bit, I will use this, and it works brilliantly. I'm not too sure if you can get this in the UK, but you definitely can in the US, because this is a US company. But again, I hope I covered like most areas on that. There is probably more products out there that could help, but they're the main ingredients that I use, basically. I mean, like I say, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's no like, oh my god, it's this new thing. No, these things have been around for a while, but it might just take a little bit of your own research just to really see how you respond. You know, like I say, this is just something that I've done and helped me. So my idea is I want to help others because I've done it, and it's like, look, listen, you want to dispel a lot of the myths. There's a lot of myths out there that's like, oh yeah, while it is true, obviously there is a sequence there, obviously for the hair loss from genetically, it's, I believe, through your mother's side, your hair. So if your granddad from your mum's side is balding, chances are you probably will too. So, but that doesn't mean that you're going to, if you just take the precautions and take care of the situation now rather than later. The sooner you can get on it, get back into that growth state, the sooner it'll come back. Yeah, like I say, this is mine so far. Got a long way to go, I think, but as you can see, there's a massive difference of where I am now to where I was. And even like the quality of my hair is like completely different now. Like it's even like the colours change a little bit, but I think it's just gone back to healthy, if that makes sense. It's not like it's changed, it's just gone back to, this just shows how unhealthy my hair was, because I didn't care, you know, whatever. Most men don't, you know, it's just kind of like, whatever, yeah. I hope this video helps you guys, and I'll link a lot of the brands so you can go check it out for yourself, and if there's anything I missed, I will add it in. But, okay. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'd love to hear your story. Please, if you're just starting, or if you've got any questions, you can drop me a comment. Happy to help. I just wanted to briefly go over all of this as much as I can, whilst getting as much information I can to you guys. So yeah, I hope this helps you, or helps someone you know, and take care, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.